That didn't even get caught. Do you want to repeat that?
Should I? Yeah, why not? And I went and I quote, "Oh, Manny and his white women."
I mean, what else could it have been?
It's on, Manny. It's on. The feud that we've been waiting for.
I mean, I think Alexa Bliss has the last stamp, which is Charlotte on that. I've pinned all the four horsewomen. It makes sense.
Does she have that?
Yeah, she's beaten Becky.
Okay.
She's beaten Bailey. I'm pretty sure she's beaten Sasha.
Everybody's beating Sasha at one point.
I don't think she's got the W on Charlotte.
I can't recall a single match between them.
And saying this, so I didn't have much to play with today. This is for everyone that clicked on the Barefoot Charlotte video.
It's like, check out them shoes, check out them toes, check out them toes, son.
Yeah, I literally had nothing else to play with other than.
No matter what, Charlotte was making the cover no matter what, right?
Yeah. I mean, the pettiness deserved it.
So, I would suggest another person. I was going to suggest whatever the fuck Cross is doing with his life.
Oh, wait, Marcus. You mean this?
What the hell? Oh, Takeover, we complimented like, oh, he finally got rid of the stupid tights. Flash forward 1 day later. What the hell, man? What the hell?
Yeah. I don't know what that is. I really don't know what that is.
Manny, I'm not a religious man, but I'm praying for him. I'm praying for him.
What is that helmet? Is it Lord Tensai? Or is it Shredder?
I can't wait for AJ Francis to find that on Treasures.
That'd be hilarious.
Later.
That would be hilarious.
It wouldn't even be Karrion Kross's trend. It'd be who did he beat? I forgot who he just beat. Who he just choke out this week?
Ricochet.
Yeah, it'd be on Ricochet's. Just like, oh man, I remember this. I thought it was so corny, but the original Karrion Kross face mask.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh!
Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm of course Lord Manny Hayes. I'm joined by his long vacation,
Marcus the Grand Finale.
So you're back from Vegas.
I'm back.
We didn't get any tales of what happened in Vegas other than you hijacking the live watch along on Takeover. Where all three of you were in the exact same room chatting it up.
Yeah, because, we would have joined the stream, but the complication of I don't have a headset, he doesn't have his headset, and it'd be like, well, how are we going to hear this without, stuff in there? So, you got to able to jump into that chat, hyping it up, Eric got to talk about how old he was with Rick Bartel, stuff. Shout out to you and Jen for getting it done, though.
So, JK Smith in the chat, the rare Tuesday appearance in the chat. Good morning / evening. Levi hits it with poor Jen, which Jen hits back with, yeah. And then El Luchador says, are you wearing a Dick Cheney shirt?
Yes. No! It's a diabetes shirt.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. It's a Wilford Brimley shirt. Come on.
So
You gotta know your bald old man. Come on.
So a lot happened over this weekend.
No, you say? Nah.
It may be the greatest weekend in wrestling for a very long time.
Is it because Zack Ryder cosplayed as Do-Rag Vince?
Yes,
Because
and
that was my favorite.
In that very Instagram post, you had Virgil said, "I lent Vince that do-rag."
The do-rag stays undefeated.
Yeah, the do-rag remains undefeated. Ross is in the chat. Ross was also supposed to be on the takeover watch along, but he was getting tired.
Nice. It's late at night for you over there, you know? There was no way you were going to make it. It's really hard to stay up at 4 in the morning. It's like when I have to watch New Japan live or Wrestle Kingdom.
Well,
that
I tell you
tough.
what. I tell you what.
Okay, how good the show is.
Ross is probably the only one that's going to get this joke. I hit that panda pop and I was wired.
Well, guys, Manny is officially on cocaine.
I mean, the signs are all there. If you watch the Thursday show when I was pretending to be Dean Ambrose or John Moxley, I had to. So obviously CM Punk returned. The crying fan. That has literally gone overboard. I think I made it worse by adding a chant attached to it.
That is embarrassing! That is embarrassing! That is embarrassing! That is embarrassing!
That man is going down in infamy forever as one of the great fan reactions of all time. Just great.
It's like he goes with Undertaker guy.
Yeah, Undertaker guy, Brock Lesnar guy being happy and jacked. Who, you know, I could have taken a picture
guy
with
was
Manny.
Also in the pictures with CM Punk on Friday.
Yeah, I could have taken a picture with Brock Lesnar guy because he made both shows, Manny. He made both shows. Fuck that guy and his unlimited money and his red-eye flights. How do you be in Chicago one night and then at SummerSlam the next night in the front row with your chairs? This dude it's unlimited money, and I'm jealous and I hate him. And he's my new
Let's not
nemesis.
forget Miz Girl.
Miz Girl, might be. I think Miz Girl got every single one of them beat because that was as real as it got. That was personal. That shit was personal. That ruined her fucking life at that moment. That was like traumatizing. Like I can see her to this day going like, I don't watch this shit no more. Fucking Miz ruined it for everybody.
Ross said it's so pathetic. Fuck that crying idiot. Ross, did you even watch Rampage?
I can see, so in his defense, I can see how he got emotionally involved. It may be his favorite wrestler and whatnot, but it may be his guy. And, you know, he thought he'd never see his guy again. But, dang. I didn't realize how serious some people took this until you see that moment and you go, holy shit. Like, it was impactful. But to talk about CM Punk, I thought it was an amazing return. And it was the response I thought it would be. And it was, you know, it was really good. Like everything about it, the promo, the entrance, and how loud everybody was, and you know, the gathering, everything he said was right. Fuck, Booker T is always wrong. How's Booker T wrong on this one?
But Booker T's never been right.
How is he wrong? Who misses this one? Like in the test, when the teacher asks, "What the first question to give me?" It's the example question, and you missed that too. Like it's like name a fruit, and you have a piece of wood, a chocolate bar, and this is the wrong answer. Do not select this. How do you select D? This is the wrong answer. Do not select this instead of an apple. Like that's what Booker T said. What the fuck?
Jen said there's no crying in wrestling, but I think it was WrestleMania 24. I'm sorry, I love you, Superkick. Both of those bitches were crying.
Yeah, there can be moments of like, oh man, I get a little emotional about this. This is like, Kofi Kingston had me up on my feet in a very emotional way. Stuff like that. So, whatever tickles your fancy. This guy's with CM Punk's. Mine was Kofi Kingston's. Manny is Ric Flair botching the finish of his match. His final match.
So Ross said, I think we all know the answer to that, Manny. Punk was my guy in WWE, but he's no better than all the guys he complained about as he was leaving WWE. Although I ain't gonna lie, I shed a tear after Walton Dragunov. You need to go into detail because I need to know more about this.
Hold on. Let me tell you about that match. Alright, because we can talk about Punk for years and days, but I'm sure we can talk about more in Dynamite. They got the 1.1 rating. I thought they should have did better. I was predicting higher than that, to be honest.
Yeah, because it wasn't exactly a secret that he was coming back.
Yeah, and I'm going like, oh, I hope Dynamite draws more than this. I mean, it's a Friday night, but I'm still saying, if you're a wrestling fan, your eyes were to watch it.
Savior.
Your Lord and Savior. Even I, who was in Vegas, stopped doing whatever we were doing.
Masturbating.
And said, who masturbates in Vegas? You can pay for somebody for that. Just go outside. Somebody will be like, I drink you off. You don't have to masturbate in Vegas. The desperation is will. You go to any fat chick out there or some lonely guy and then just be like, yeah, I'll jerk you off for free. It's fine. It's Vegas. Time of my life. Time of my life. But, I don't know. It was just like, oh, let's just go. It's 7 p.m. Turn the channel on. They're like, up next, the Shocking Diamond. Oh, CM Punk. Couldn't hear his music at all. Couldn't hear it. Like, I thought my music, I was like, what's with these speakers? But everybody was so loud. You were just like, man, this is insane.
No, but that was a great, do you know what? For reaction-wise, that was probably the greatest reaction in a while.
Yeah.
Probably since Edge at Rumble.
Edge at Rumble, and that was more people and stuff. And I will argue Becky's return at SummerSlam may have even rivaled that. Because that shit went on a long time. And I know it didn't come off on TV this way.
It didn't come off on TV.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on TV aisle, but that shit got loud.
What about Brock? What about Brock's return?
Brock was bigger than Becky. Brock was bigger than Becky. But Becky's went on longer. Okay. Becky's was a long fucking cheer. So I'll break down the Becky's return. So alright, so I'll give you the full story. So I decided to go to concessions. Hold on, no, not right now, not right there. No, hold on, let me give you the moment where I went. I decide after the first match to go to concessions because it was Alexa Bliss, Eva Marie. And I picked a perfect time because everybody was still kind of in the seats, and I left right then. And I go, and I'm going to try to get me a hot dog. And I'm in line, I'm great, everything's going perfect, and they're like, doop, we're not accepting credit cards anymore. And that's how that news broke to me, Manny. You other motherfuckers got it online going like, oh, it must have been a shit show. And I'm not talking about the toilet overflowing and stuff. I went and I tried to get me a chili dog, and I thought I had it, and they put it in my face, and they're like, you can't pay me, you don't have any cash. We're like, we don't accept cash. And I was like, this is insane. And I like wanted to slap somebody and walk away. So anyway, I go back to my seat completely disappointed. Come back, and then, as the night goes on, and I'm like, damn, I really want this hot dog. So anyway, Bianca's match is coming on, and I'm like, damn, it's not happening. Then I get this video package of how great this video package is. I'm like, oh, we're getting the match. We're getting the match. After all the shit that's going around it, we're actually getting the match. Bianca comes out, and then they announce that Sasha isn't here, and I'm like, shit. But, they may have a replacement. Maybe it's Becky. And then they're like, no. The most beautiful women in WWE, Carmella, come on. I go, what the fuck? Why did they even give me the pay? So I'm pissed. And so I decided to go back to concessions. Because I was like, I'm going to see if I can get my goddamn hot dog.
Are you going to eat your feelings? You actually went back to concessions to eat your feelings.
Yes. Yes. I was pissed. And I walked through Eric and his wife and Ryan. They're like, yeah, this is bullshit. And the crowd is so upset. So I go to concessions, and there's everybody that walked out, including myself, walked out And they're just all gathered around like, this is bullshit. Fuck this. I can't believe they even showed the package. This is fucking crazy. Where the fuck is Sasha? Like, it's all the wrestling fans' angry rants. I feel like I was walking in Twitter. So I'm in the concession line, and they're giving out free food. So, all of a sudden, whoa! Everybody in concessions go, oh my fucking God! And you hear the stadium, like, shake a little bit. And it's like this. And then this one guy who had food knocked it all over in shake and ran. And I was like, oh shit. And then I decided I should probably get out of this line and go see what's going on because this is bullshit. And I go to like someone else and I go look and it's just everybody singing on their feet. And I'm like, this is insane. And it just went on and on. And as much as people hated what happened to Bianca, including myself, that crowd was happy as fuck. They were happy as fuck to see this Becky win that title. Not a single person booed. I think they had that, oh great, she's champion. But I can see everybody looking to the right. Damn, that was fucked up to Bianca. But yeah, whoa. Like, it just seemed to go on. It was like 20 minutes of like torture. So that's what happened there.
Smush also said that he hopes it has purpose. I feel like it probably will. There's talk about Becky going heel, and then this continuing the story. And I feel like it will make Bianca a bit more endearing as well if it continues with Bianca. Like, she'll be a babyface for ages.
She's going to get that
behind her. Yeah,
she getting that Naomi treatment. Bianca deserves better. Because every time Naomi would lose a match, she got that. And now Bianca loses a match in shorter time. She is now going to be the most loved person on that roster, whether Becky decides to go heel or face.
Yeah.
So how did you feel
Ross
about all this? Oh, go
well,
ahead.
I was kind of the same. It was more. I was kind of more, and I've spoken to a few people about it. I was like, I would kind of wish there was a story behind it, rather than just a title change out of random like that.
Yeah,
this
is what. Oh, go ahead.
It gave me vibes of fucking Bret Hart and Yokozuna and Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 9.
Same energy. Which is one of the moments where I just go, what the fuck? How did Hulk Hogan become champion? It did have that, and that was one of those things where I think when WWE decides to pull audibles, they always seem to go this route of screwing somebody over.
Well, yeah, but that was the thing. It was rumored that Becky was supposed to return in October, and obviously whatever's happened to Bianca has happened, even though they've known about it for 8 days. So they went with the look, shock surprise instead of promoting Becky. Obviously going there. I don't think you could have done much with 1 week of storytelling anyway to make that happen. So it was one of those audibles that, shit happens kind of thing.
I wanted to go, I wanted to go, they went with the logic, a little bit of logic, but overdid it, in which they were like, fuck, Sasha can't make it, or whatever's going on between Sasha and Bianca, whether there's politics in the back between them hating each other, or Sasha's going crazy with creative or walking out, or it's COVID, and one of them has symptoms, mostly Sasha because she wasn't there, or someone didn't want to get a vaccine, Sasha again.
Well, I think she's pregnant.
Or she's pregnant, or whatever the case, we don't know the full story, and I think that people need to chill out just a little bit and be patient. I'm not defending WWE, I think it was stupid or whatnot, but I'm more in the thing of, I don't know the situation they were in at this current state. Yeah. I see, like, they could have just said, Sasha couldn't make it earlier in the week, and that they weren't going to have the match because they knew. And, you could have, like, it's an open challenge of some kind, and then Becky come out. You'll still get the same reaction. But I think the surprise hit a little bit harder when everything was set up and you think Sasha's coming out and all that. The Carmella thing, even though they did nothing for Carmella.
You know what? Everyone is all up in arms about Bianca being buried. No one got buried worse.
Yes.
If you're talking about a real burial, Carmella got buried hard.
She was put in the spot of, we're going to disappoint everybody. We're going to fuck with everybody. You are the bottom of the barrel. Nobody wants to see you. I don't care. I mean, I'm sure there are people happy to see Carmella. But nobody wanted to see her at that moment. And going like, this is who you're fighting. Oh my God, someone I've seen her beat for 1,000,000 times. And she has so much heat, and it was just like, and I felt like that version of it, just flipping that, I thought it was fun, but it sucks to be Carmella to be that hated. Like, the only person I think who could have got a worse response would be Charlotte, but who was also cheered, weirdly enough, this night over the people she was wrestling. So,
what up, John? First time seeing you in the chat. Mela had her shots and fell multiple times. F her feelings.
yeah. But it's just sad. It was to me, I felt bad. I feel bad for her later, but in the moment, you're just going like, fuck Carmella. who wasn't seeing us?
Who also did nothing wrong.
No, did nothing wrong. Got beat up. Got just mollywopped by Becky. And then why the match was so short? I feel like Becky's not in shape. Like, you saw Samoa Joe at TakeOver, who only had whatever X amount of weeks to prepare. He was clearly not in ring shape.
Yeah,
and I don't think Becky was in any ring shape and had to probably work.
Becky is in ring shape because she was a lot thinner than when she left. However,
being thinner don't mean you can wrestle.
I mean, Marcus, if we're talking about Samoa Joe, looked like he didn't shake off baby weight.
Samoa Joe has always had that weight, though. Samoa Joe has always had that weight.
He put on commentary and COVID weight at the same time. He's about the same size as Taz these days.
Samoa Joe, he did get bigger, but I'm just saying that it could be a cardio thing with Becky, that she couldn't have a 20-minute match. And if she would have a match, she'd be disappointed. Think about the offense she did. Like, she just pushed Carmella. That was kind of what she was doing to Carmella. She did a one punch to Becky and a rock bottom. And maybe even Bianca's hurt. And that was the only thing Bianca could do this night. We won't know the details until WWE Untold gives us a fabricated version of it.
No, we ain't going to get that. It's till Dave sprouts out some lies about what happened.
Oh, man. But, moving on to Cena Reigns of SummerSlam. What did you think?
I thought it was the best match on the night.
Better than Seth and Edge?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the whole Roman just gonna chat shit to that camera again, and it was fucking funny. I was like, oh no, this is the bit we're gonna lose from the Thunderdome of Roman just actually like breaking the fourth wall and just talking directly to that camera. Like, I'm gonna beat his ass.
So that was a disappointment being there live. I couldn't hear Roman. And it was so much of him just talking shit. And you just go like, man, I wish I could hear this. I miss Thunderdome Roman.
Thunderdome Roman is the best.
Yeah. That is the equivalent to me of Barefoot Charlie, because he talked so much shit and his matches had so much dialogue. It was great. Oh.
So Jen said, Cena versus Reigns, match of the night.
But Steph's her boy.
Bow to your tribal chief.
The head of the table. I thought it was a great match. I thought it told a really good story, had really good psychology. I thought Cena never had a chance, but it made it look like the story they were telling with the 3 count.
The whole storytelling, I was like, me and Wes was like, oh shit, each time.
Yeah. The kickouts on 2 were just, oh my God, amazing. Like, the timing had everybody go, oh! Like the Super Cena, the Super AA or whatever, the FU, whatever he calls it these days.
Yeah.
Off the rope and Roman kicked out, had everybody just go, ooh, shit, this is crazy. And then it ended, and then you just like, okay, I'm satisfied with that ending. And then, bang, right in the face, the Beast music hit, and everybody freaks out.
Excuse me,
everybody got...
The way he was dressed, he was the butcher.
Dude caught the man on a bad day. Got him on his Saturday outfit. This is my day off outfit. Like, I'm not in my tracksuit or nothing. And I enjoyed Paul Heyman's reaction. I was expecting a low blow from Paul Heyman to Roman Reigns. And be like, they're turning in the face right here. Bang!
So I didn't think Becky's return was a CM Punk audible. But what do you think the Brock Lesnar one was a CM Punk audible?
I would think so. I thought that was the full audible. I thought Becky was like, I thought it was a different move in the game in which fucking Sasha Banks or fucking Sasha and Bianca there, whatever's going on with their situation. And then it's like, we'll throw somebody in there. We need to keep the fans happy. This is our biggest event since in like 2 years, considering the COVID scenario. So we can't have people disappointed. And they were like, throw Becky in there. And then Brock was like, Brock, I know you haven't cut your hair. I know you don't plan on coming back. Can you just show up? I mean, we'll just fly you out that day, today. Here's $2 million. Just show up.
So,
and it's like, all right.
Levi said, Brock looked like Goro from Mortal Kombat. Cross looked like Shang Tsung. No. Cross looked like that made-up character in the most recent Mortal Kombat movie of Useless.
I don't even want to talk. We can talk about Cross in detail in a minute, but
we're not talking about him in detail. We'll talk about him on Raw. We're not talking about him on NXT.
Yeah. Overall, I thought SummerSlam was a great show. It was a great experience being there. A surprise about the whole show. My favorite thing, we did try to start the "You Don't Got It" chant, and it can't get any traction. I started to go home chant. It was just Goldberg, but go home. It started a little bit. Thank you, Bobbies, for killing him, and then kill that kid was my favorite moment of everybody going, get that guy, get that kid, get Goldberg's kid.
Brock is one of the biggest sports superstars in the world. I fucking hate watching his wrestling, but having him back is big time, said Ross. There's only 2 matches I want to talk about from TakeOver.
Technically, it's only one.
Well, I think Dakota Kai versus Raquel Gonzalez was still good.
It's still good. It was a great match.
It was a great match. Yeah. There was numerous times I thought, do you know what, Dakota's going to take this. But they kept it with Big Mummy Cool.
Yep. I'm shocked. I was shocked. I was like, it's Dakota's time, damn it. It's Dakota's time. Look at her change her hair with that bright pink. It's her time. It's her time. But Big Mama Cool kept that title, and she's going to lose it when NXT is exploded. And Ben says, I'm taking my peoples.
Yeah, and then obviously the match of the weekend for me, Walter versus Dragunov 2, didn't disappoint. And Marcus, Walter went to hell because he brought that clothesline from hell.
Yes.
That clothesline was something else.
That was I'm going to watch JBL, and he tells JBL, hold my beer, after he does the clothesline for hair. Just, blah. Oh, that was the most... That might be one of my top 5 favorite matches of all time. That's how great that match, I think, was, with Walter and Dragunov. And, it exceeded part 1 to me.
It exceeded only because there was a little bit more fan interaction, which made it seem like a bigger deal than the first one. But what was it? I can't even remember the question I was about to ask you now because you changed my train of thought.
Yes. Woo! Speaking of trains, Ric Flair.
Oh no, not again. Yeah, when I was watching that match, it was what I expected. I knew Walter had to drop the title, but this was more of a death match without it being the death match weapon matches we've seen in the last few weeks.
Yeah, no shenanigans, just pure physical wrestling and hitting each other and hard hitting. Like, this was, for me, more physical than anything Jon Moxley or Nick Gage or whatever you could do with weapons, because you just had to do it. It was just physicality, your endurance, and it went on for a bit. I don't know what the length of this match was.
I think it was it felt like half an hour.
It just felt like 30 minutes or more of just pure brutality. Pure physicality, nonstop, no breaks in between. Maybe there was a chin lock here and there or some type of hold, but it was nothing really that seemed like these guys stopped. It was just like, to me, it was a masterpiece of storytelling, and I didn't know which way it was going. I was on the edge of my seat the entire way. Time.
You in the chat on the live stream said it was 2 stars, and I was ready to fly to where you were. and then Walter drop.
Wait, you didn't get my sarcasm out of that? That was a joke. The 2 stars was a sarcastic pitch.
Or Marcus, while you're sleeping, I hit you with a Uso Walter splash.
My favorite comment in the chat, I don't even know if it was in the chat, maybe just in the room Ryan was, Walter goes for the splash, last splash. If he only didn't lose that weight, that he would have killed Dragunov and won the match like last time. But no, he cared about his own health. But yeah, that match was the weekend. I don't care what anybody says. To me, you may talk about CM Punk's return and pop and all the energy and that. That was a great moment. But nah, over the weekend, Walter Dragunov had me.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that is probably the match of the year. Like Ross already commented that probably was the match of the year. This for me is match of the year already. Yeah. It's gonna have to be something incredible to top that.
Yeah, and I don't know what could. I really don't.
And then and then disappointments. Every other match was a bit of a disappointment following that. But we move on to Adam Cole is now a free agent post NXT Takeover 36. Multiple sources stating that the end of the 2 out of 3 falls match on Takeover 36 was currently his deal, end of his deal. As he signed that extension, as his contract's run out, there is no 90-day or 30 days no compete. With Britt Baker, the Young Bucks, and today Kenny Omega teasing the fact that Adam Cole could be on his way to AEW, and he could easily be there tomorrow, Wednesday night, for Dynamite.
Now, apparently, according to the latest reports, his contract isn't up until technically Friday.
Ooh. Which means Rampage!
No. It'll be the week after because he can't show up. The day is of Rampage. So he can't. But Adam Cole's gone. So, Manny, where do you think he's going to go? I'm going to do it this way. Manny, give me an A.
A.
Give me an E.
E.
Give me a W.
W.
AEW. 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 Adam Cole's going to show up on there and those people are going to be happy. But I, personally, don't feel like that's the best career move for him. I just feel like he's just going to be another guy there.
There's too many people. Sign. There's way too many people over there at the moment. The smart thing for me would be sign like a 2-3 year deal, or maybe just a year extension, and then go over when the buzz of these guys have moved off, and then go over there. Because right now you go over there, you're lost in the shuffle. I know you could do this all that stuff with the Elite, but yeah. He'll be lost in the shuffle of just like, it's a mess right there now. Their mid card's huge. You don't know where you're coming or going some weeks. Like think of the mid card. Like all these people should be fighting for titles. People that have gone over there, or at least you think should go over there to fight for titles. And then you've got Miro fighting bums while he's defending that TNT title, and then you've got Andrade canceling people's travel.
Yeah, and Darby's just doing whatever. He's going to lose. Like, you got all their people that they have. You got your MJFs, your Hangman Page, your Darby Allins, your Jungle Boys in there that are going to be all pretty much tossed to the side for essentially the WWE roster. Because they not only are they bringing in Adam Cole, if they, 90% chance they are, they plan on bringing in Bray Wyatt. That's another one who's going to be in this jacuzzi of a spot of time. Like, it's going to be a jacuzzi of time. Unless they plan on doing some form of a roster split, you gotta get Cody to move out the way, who ain't going nowhere, I don't think. Omega ain't going nowhere. Andrade, who knows what he's going to be doing. You got Malachi Black. And I feel like it's an overstuffed roster of like, all right, who's going to take the pin tonight? And maybe it's no egos or anything, but eventually somebody's going to be like, this is bullshit. Why is it Adam Cole in the main event? Or
that's what I mean. Someone's going to get butthurt eventually.
Yeah, why is it Hangman Page in the main event? Why have we got Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, and Hangman win the title? Or why isn't MJF the champion? Why is he still in these meaningless feuds? So, We
Well,
should see.
Jen said
where this
Omega
goes.
should take a long vacation. I don't think he's very far off. I think at the moment he loses that AEW title, he's going to be off because there's loads of rumors suggesting he's fighting off loads of injury concerns and he needs to get that checked out. And he's just fighting through he's just wrestling through the injury, which is never a good idea. He got all silent.
Yeah. I didn't know what to say about it. I was like, I don't know, but yeah. So I don't know what they're gonna do. There are only 3 hours of show, and Rampage.
Well, in theory,
isn't that much of a
theory,
show.
they've got an additional 4 hours on YouTube, which I don't think many people watch.
No one's watching Dark and Elevation. Shit, people are barely gonna watch Rampage, Manny, unless they keep bringing in random wrestlers showing up on that show.
Well, the thing with Rampage,
it's a solid show, but I
thing
don't
with
think they're gonna
Rampage-
get the matches you think. I think it's just gonna be main event.
yeah, but the thing with Rampage is that I don't think the main concern is that they are going to get big ratings for that, because the way they're going about it is a lot of the time it's going to be a taped show. So I don't think the idea is it's going to be a big deal a lot of the time. Sometimes it's going to be live, but majority of the time it's going to be taped.
Yeah. And 90% of Rampage isn't really much. I mean, the first episode was jam-packed with a title match and all that, but this week's nothing happened on this show. I mean, I know CM Punk debuted, big thing. It was like a half hour of like television and promos, but the rest of that shit, I don't remember half of it. Kara Hogan got buried in there, got her ass beat by Jade Cargill. And I think Danny Garcia and John Moxley did something, but I think I left. I was like, why am I watching the wrestling? I'm in Vegas. And turned it off.
Jen said you don't put Adam Cole on Dark. Well, John Moxley's been on Dark, so
Yeah.
I don't think Adam Cole's above being on AEW Dark.
Yeah. Once John Moxley ended up on Dark, that's when everybody can say, why am I on Dark? John Moxley shows up on Dark. So
All right,
it's
we're
NXT.
half an hour into the show. Let's get on to Raw.
Oh. The weekend ended when Raw came on.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. I just like saying, I like giving Raw the bad. Raw is the redheaded stepchild that nobody really wanted.
So Raw kicked off with MVP and Lashley. They continue to run down Goldberg and his dumb son, where Damian Priest comes out defending everyone they called cowards, then challenges him to a one-on-one match.
Can I tell you that was one of my favorite moments from SummerSlam? Is when MVP grabbed when MVP grabbed the mic and said, there was no way he knew that was Bill Goldberg's son. That could have been anybody. And I was like, that's a valid point. That's a valid point.
So we get Bobby versus Damian Priest. It wasn't long before. We all knew that this was going to get a proper finish, but then Sheamus came out, got involved, and then Drew stuck his nose in where it didn't belong once again. Drew.
You know, if I'm in the back, I want somebody to fuck up Drew. Oh no, I don't think he had his sword this week, right? He wasn't swinging that around as a weapon.
Well, he had
nice.
to run out. He had to run out, so he couldn't resort to knife prime this week. So Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus and Bobby Lashley happened. This was actually a good back and forth tag match. It went on for ages.
I didn't want the tag match though.
Yeah,
I didn't want
neither
the
did
tag
I.
match.
I wanted Bobby versus Damian Priest.
Yeah, I wanted that. Priest had to get my middle. Underrated match, Sheamus and Priest. I really thought the crowd didn't care about it, and then all of a sudden they cared about it toward the end. Where it was like, oh shit, Priest is something. And it was like, it was a solid match. I want Sheamus Walter.
And then obviously Bobby gets tired of this beatdown. He makes his way to the back with Sheamus, which leads to the win. And then Sheamus confronts Bobby in the back. And I kind of want to see Bobby Sheamus.
Yeah.
It's just something I need to see.
When he jumped in his face, I went, that match needs to happen now. The physicality, I think Sheamus will always bring the physicality to his matches, and I think he's a good opponent for Bobby to beat.
Yeah. So Doudrop says she likes her name now. I don't. Now, and doesn't like that Eva Me makes her feel worthless. And then the Evolution takes her out.
That was great. That made me laugh when she got pushed by. Like, I don't know how she didn't see that shit coming. Like, that crate makes so much noise when you're reeling it, unless they got some really good wheels and the surface is completely flat and everything aligned. But she's like, I'm going to kill her. today. And because I thought she deserved to die and Evolution was in the right, was I gave you the stupid name of Dewdrop. For you to keep your name? Fuck you. Fuck you. You go back to Pirate Devin.
So Ross said Sheamus versus Walter would be epic. Yes, it would be.
Be
But
better than Dragon.
Levi says Damien Priest, he looks like a Latino DDP. Until he gets the bandages around his waist, he ain't. He ain't. Don't do that to him.
Did he do that one time? What did he sell a back injury with Finn that he had to take ribs?
Maybe, but like I've never. You can't call someone a Latino DDP.
I'm 100% for a guy on the Latino DDP. Even though to me, there's no real similarities. I like to say that he's the male version of Rhea Ripley, like because they wear the exact same tights and outfits. They shop in the same Hot Topic section.
So we get Karrion Kross coming out in his I don't even know what you want to call this. I don't know what you call.
I call this Doomsday.
Yeah. I call
this the end. We've reached the end to that clock he's been ticking at so much. And you go, this is the end.
The only thing I can call this is...
That is embarrassing! That is embarrassing! That is embarrassing! That is embarrassing!
Yeah. I can see him going, man, well, how did I get here?
Well, freeze frame. A freeze frame as he's coming out.
I can see Vince McMahon going, hey, Cross, you go to the ring? Try this on. What is this, Vince? What is this? It's your new look. I'm putting an X on your chest.
So how long before he gets a sword and a shield and then he comes out as a full-on gladiator?
I want him just to start saying this is Sparta. Just all of a sudden kicking people through sinkholes and stuff like that. I don't understand this. It is over. It's over.
He tried to get elements of Kane and the movie 300. No, he tried to get Shredder from the Ninja Turtles elements.
It was like Vince McMahon looked at him. It was like, you know who would have been good in Retribution? Karrion Kross. No, I'm gonna prove it to you guys. I'll prove it to you guys. Put this little number on him. Put this outfit on him.
Well, he destroyed Ricochet in about 2 seconds.
Poor Ricochet.
Yeah, do you know what? The thing was, he was having a good run up until Money in the Bank, and then he gone back to wearing tights, ring gear, and then just his career's gone sour again.
Yeah. Ricochet should be treated like the new Rey Mysterio, but they treat him like dirt. Give him a new show. Put him on SmackDown where they treat wrestlers with respect.
Well, he'll get eaten
unless
up
you're
by
Carmella and Bianca. Or Kofi.
So we get Moist TV with Logan Paul. Logan Paul gets booed the entire time as the fans really took over that segment.
I feel like he's a walking Saudi Arabia, man. It was there to be the wrestlers all cozied up to him on their faces like, oh, it's Logan Paul, you're great, I love you, oh man. But everybody knows they hate him. The crowd hates him. And I didn't know how the Miz gets cheered for talking about I can't wait till your brother Jake gets knocked out, and he's pushing the button here. And I don't understand why are they trying to make us cheer Logan Paul? Because I thought they were going in the direction of fuck this guy.
Well,
he's a heat magnet.
I don't think they were gonna get. I don't think they planned for the boos he was gonna get. But if there's two, if I had to pick one of the two Logan brothers, I mean the Paul brothers, I'll pick Logan. I can't stand his brother Jake.
So do you want Jake to knock? I don't know these people, Manny.
I want Tyrone Woodley to beat the shit out of Jake Paul. Like I'm talking, beat him up to the point. There's a line here. I don't want him to cross it, but there's it's brain damage on this side. I want him to get to there.
Wow, like an inch of his life. The inch of his life is what you're going for.
I don't need any more from Jake Paul. He's the worst one.
He doesn't offend me in any way possible. Just make their money on the Triller. That's all I care. So just do what you guys got to do.
And then there was more dissension between The Miz and Morrison, which leads into the Miz versus Xavier Woods match, which actually wasn't a bad match. Woods
Where's Kofi?
He's dead. Woods has wins over Lashley, The Miz, AJ Styles this year, all former WWE champions in 2021. He, by AEW logic, deserves a title match.
Yeah, he's number one in the rankings. With that being said, Manny, better year for a New Day member. Woods, Kofi, or Big E?
I think
Big E's Money in the Bank. But
when you look at the competition beaten, even though most of those wins were roll-ups and various shenanigans, you have to put Xavier Woods as number one. Just for the caliber he's beaten. Then you probably go Big E, because he was Intercontinental Champion this year and Mr. Money in the Bank. And you go Kofi.
Kofi's having the worst year of them all. His 20th year. Although he did have a title match where he died, though. He died. Kofi Kingston died this year. But they eventually turned. Miz beat the shit out of Morrison, and I was happy to see it.
It needed to happen.
Yeah.
It needed to happen.
It brought the evil out of the Miz, which we haven't seen in a long time. And it was like, oh, there he is. There's the villain.
And then we get more adventures from Reggie and R-Truth and Tozawa. These two attempt to jump Reggie. One's in a trash can, and the other is in a ghillie suit.
Doesn't Reggie escape in an ice cream truck?
Yeah, and then a beer-bellied man ran out of his trailer running after that ice cream truck.
I'm like, what is this? Reginald, the greatest. Oh, no, I was impressed with Reginald's flip to the ground. From the top of the truck to the ground, on his feet. Gotta be bad for your knees, but he did that seamlessly.
Gotta be bad for his ankles.
All of it. My whole body shattered watching Reginald do that. You're like, bravo, Reggie. Bravo. The second greatest 24/7 champion of all time.
John says the title is dumb, but the comedy is hilarious. I think
That's
that's what we need sometimes. I think that's what you need. You need to break up like the seriousness of the show.
There's only so much Jinder Mahal and Mansoor I can watch. I need something to break that up.
Hold on, that wasn't even that long. Mansoor wanted to win the right way and asked our lead not to get involved. And then your favorite ref DQs Jinder for overstepping the way.
For dominating too much, Manny. Call it what it is. It's my least favorite DQ in all WWE because they do it every 2 years. Someone gets DQ for dominating too much.
And then your favorite referee.
Charlotte? But
you notice he isn't in Charlotte matches anymore, by the way.
Nope. I think the Thunder Performance Center exposed him for being Charlotte bias, so therefore he cannot be in there. But yeah, that happened. What else was on the show?
And then Charlotte just petties it up for 5 minutes. She said she's run out of fingers to count her title reigns. She's forgetting the NXT title, so she is a 13-time women's champion. Yeah. Not 12. She demands a statue of herself. The Statue of Opportunity.
And she said, damn her family.
Yeah,
favorite thing... My favorite, not only was fuck my family, but that she had 2 exit musics playing out. Like she said what she had to say, pose, got her pyro. Got pyro for her celebration. Stop. Just to only curse us out again and say, curse my family and whoever's in it. So Andrade and Rick are going, woo, what the fuck?
I mean, I would say that once Rick did Rick on that train.
Rick signs the NWA, and next thing you know, he's pussy on the train.
She said she started the women's evolution. She's starting a new one. Long live the Queen. And then Alexa Bliss and Lily come out to say hi. Hi.
So I'm intrigued by the matchup, but I hope Charlotte doesn't have to go through the voodoo shit. I do. I feel like Charlotte's a serious wrestler. She's a serious wrestler.
It'd be a new dimension to her character. And then Nikki Ash, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It was a decent match. I just hope they don't make Nikki and Rhea a thing.
Yeah, I don't need an odd pair tag team. Although it was a good match.
It was. Did you freeze? Or did I freeze? Have I lost Marcus? I've lost Marcus. Okay. So basically we're at the end of Raw anyway. So it's the RK Bro celebration. The celebration in the ring was similar. The last celebration in the ring was Ricky Starks with the FTW title on AEW Dynamite. And they had like 6 balloons. Riddle had all 4 corners in massive balloons, and then a pyro show, which just proves there's a bigger budget on AEW. I mean, on Raw. I don't actually know what's happened to Marcus. He's actually fully gone. He gave Randy on a scooter. AJ Styles pretty much comes out. He points out that Randy didn't get him anything. States that Randy didn't even get him the obvious gift of a plant. And then probably a solid main event between AJ Styles and Riddle, which, despite almost being hit by a scooter, was a really good main event. And that was the end of Raw. It's really weird talking to yourself. Has anyone got any questions while we're here? What happened to you?
I think we had a minor power outage. So like the lights flickered and everything, and I was like, huh. Oh shoot! And then all the power cut out for a second. And
so I tried to hold it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got through the RK Bro celebration and a decent match between AJ Styles and Riddle. Jen said it was a great main event.
It was fantastic. I don't think Riddle could have a bad match.
Neither can AJ.
Yeah, I thought you had just 2 great people who just wanted to have a great match, and and Randy being on his side, and Omar, it all worked for me, and yeah, it was really good. It was really good, and I agree with John. It is my favorite match of the night because I feel like it was the only match that went like, this is great. Everything else was like, it'll be okay. This is good. Like the women's tag match was good. Miz and Creed was good, but when you look at something, you get to that main event, and be like, that's a great main event right there. So yeah. I was happy with it all the way. It was nothing you could do bad. I enjoyed the celebration segment. I enjoyed AJ coming out. It was all good to me.
So I did bring up the fact that the last celebration in the ring for a title change was Ricky Starks with the FTW title when Taz only supplied 6 balloons. 6. Yeah.
I hate to talk about AEW on this show because it has nothing to do with it, but why are they celebrating? Why is every FTW segment so bad? I feel like they're the worst thing on AEW. They are the worst. They have the worst segment every single time. And I'm even compared to the Brock Anderson and QT Marshall segments. Their segments are bad. They say you have baked. They say they don't have enough time to do whatever they want to do. And it just seems like this is random. And someone needs to take charge of that. Whoever's in charge of it. If it's Taz,
to be fair, I still don't know what happened to Will Hobbs and Brian Cage.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with that.
But that was the end of Raw. What did you think?
I thought it was a solid show.
Did it round up? Do you think it rounded off the SummerSlam weekend right?
No, because I miss when Raw was the A show, not the B show, because you got to wait till Friday to really get all the SummerSlam recap.
No, everything big is happening on SmackDown, and it's just annoying.
Like, Becky comes back, SmackDown. Brock comes back, that's SmackDown. What am I having to look into Raw for? Oh, rated RK Bro, basically. Rated RK Bro. That's too much. That's overkill. That's adding Edge into the group. Shout out to Edge for bringing back the Brood interest, though, for one night. That was
yeah,
good.
and then making Seth Rollins on SmackDown look like a human turd.
By the way, I bet you there's part of them that really want to book Gangrel for this show. You're like, come on,
no one needs Gangrel.
Yes, one more time, spit up the blood.
No, why couldn't Edge just do that?
Edge didn't drink the blood, all right? He wasn't a blood spitter. He a splatter, but he wasn't spitting. He wouldn't do it. That was Gangrel. That was his gang.
Yeah, so that was the end of Raw. Have you got anything else you want to bring up from the overall weekend that we haven't brought up already?
No. Oh, I did one thing. I'll tell you what. People poo-pooed on this and said who the hell this guy was. DJ Khan, no relations to Nick or Tony, I don't think. Killed it. Had amazing. He was DJing a hell of a show. He just remixed all the wrestlers' themes and stuff. It's all in pre-show. It didn't matter. No one got to see this unless you were in attendance. He just did a performance, basically, and it just like remixed every song. It was DJ, whatever DJ doing, faking the twist knobs and stuff, getting people hyped for the show. It was cool.
Did you happen to catch that interview Ariel? I can't pronounce his surname. Helwani?
Yeah.
Did with Nick Khan?
I think with Nick Khan.
Yeah, with Nick Khan. So he asked Nick Khan, would it be beneficial for Raw to go back to 2 hours? And he said,
he was like, I want to go 8.
It'd be beneficial to me if Raw was 4 hours so we get more money, and SmackDown was 8 hours, but I can't do that to the writing staff.
Nick Khan is more money. That's what he was saying. Money. Yeah. And millions of dollars. That's all I got for that interview. And I go, wait, look at this dude. I see why Vince hired him. That dude's about his money.
Yeah, and then I think they discredited the thing about WWE selling up. He was more talking about selling more shit, so more merch and stuff like that. Which I was really annoyed actually. Do you know the shirt John Cena was wearing as he came out to the ring?
Yes.
The Super Mario 3 shirt,
yes.
Which is very similar to a CM Punk shirt and a Daniel Bryan shirt in the past. However,
it doesn't matter. It's the Super Mario 3. Everybody has did something with this.
But you can only buy this. You can only get this if you buy that John Cena NFT that they were advertising all through the week.
Yeah, because as soon as they had that advertised, and it was John Cena, and he had him with the entrance, he had the tail and everything, and even the towel was playing as the tail. It was like, I want everything to do with this. I want the shirt. I want everything to do with that. And then I was like, I can't buy this anywhere. Why?
Yeah, it's an NFT. It's probably like $500.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck you, John. Fuck you. I started cheering for Roman. It was a dumb shit. But I think they need to sell it. And he was one step away from being Tanuki Suit, John Cena, which he would have turned into Stone in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, and what was the other thing I was going to say? I was going to try and buy that CM Punk shirt that night he returned.
Yeah, I knew what that was going to be. As soon as he showed that shirt, I was like, there goes a million shirts being sold.
But the annoying thing is you can't get that Ring of Tea unless you're in Chicago now.
Yeah.
Because on Pro Wrestling Tees and AEW shop, they're only selling the plain white shirt. They're not selling the ringer anymore.
Bastards. That's all they are. And the ice cream bars, Jesus. That man gave out a show of show. It was a gift that kept on giving to those people.
I mean, it was a generic ice cream. I don't know why people are getting all over excited about it.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a generic cheap ice cream that they decided to put his logo on.
And then when you say
like
Madagascar vanilla pod bullshit on there, this is the stuff the company I used to work for called Marks and Spencer would say. They make the longest adjectives of words and say it's from Madagascar and vanilla pod bean. Ice cream. It's just a vanilla ice cream, bruv.
Bruh. It's vanilla ice cream. Bruh. Like they put the chemicals that they use in there. We use only unique sulfuric acids. It's like, well, who cares? Fuck out of here. Call it what it is. Call a spade. It's ice cream. Yeah,
so that is today's show.
By the way, I rocked out to Boogs and Nakamura. I think we had
a comment
earlier about. I don't care what anybody says. That was useless or whatnot. It was much needed for me. What was useless? The water segment with Woods and the Miz at SummerSlam. That wasn't neat. That wasn't called for. And I had that little squirt cut because I laughed because it was so cheap looking and everything. But Boogs and Nakamura coming out, they had no reason to be out there, but it was fun. It was just fun to rock out with them.
And on that note, guys, I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
CM Punk, so I can get 1 million views. I'm seeing black.
Wait, are you seeing black or are you CM blank?
Find out next week. Find out.